So this week's topic of Amuna Mondays was the power of patience. And I was talking about scenarios that happen when people just lose patience, and ultimately, like, I had a scenario where I was just super bummed out. I have to deal with like this whole insurance drama and everything. And I spent like 4 hours on Friday, 3 hours the day before that, and it was just like so much nonsense, and I was just like really getting frustrated. And ultimately I was just like, you know what, like, it's coming into Shabbat. Why am I gonna stress over this? It's whatever. It's not like whatever. At the end of the day, it's just money. It's just financials. It's not a big deal. Life still goes on. And I was super annoyed, and I was just like, you know what? Before Shabbat, I'm just gonna leave it up to God. Like, you know what? I'm not gonna go into Shabbat like annoyed and frustrated about this whole thing. I was actually reading the Sha'ar Bitachon book on over Shabbat, and ultimately after Shabbat, I was like, okay, I'll handle it next week. I'll handle it going into Monday. So Monday, I sent the um, property person for the insurance like an email. Thank God, like, it literally went super smooth. Like, he opened my email, saw the notes, saw what I wrote, and he just instantly approved it, and everything was like, that was it. And it was just crazy how, like, I was panicking, worrying about nonstop, like stressing over it on Thursday and Friday, and then just closed it off coming into Shabbat. Going out of Shabbat, you know what? Go back to it. Now it's a new week starting Monday. Let me handle it. Immediately go to handle it. Nothing changed from Thursday to Friday, as in, like, didn't communicate with them, and they instantly just approve everything. And it just shows, like, patience. Like, it has a lot of power. Hashem has everything. Hashem's working his magic, you know? Don't jump the gun. And a key factor in that is understanding what patience is. Some people refer to patience as waiting, you know, like, oh, be patient with it. It means like, oh, wait. But I really didn't like that definition, because waiting is waiting and patience is something totally different, I feel. So I was like, it was bothering me. I was like, what's patience? Like, let me try to redefine the word. And I chose that patience is more of the fact that you did all that you can, but there's other factors. There can be a third party. There can be Hashem. It can be lawyers. It can be doctors. It can be property people. It can be adjusters. Anything. But the fact is, like, once you do your part, and now it's up to the other party to take effect, that time in between is called patience. Like, that's what patience is. It's not, oh, I really want this, so I'm just gonna wait for it to happen. No, you have to do your part, because waiting, if you're just gonna wait, then that's called waiting. That's not patience. So that was the definition that we came up with. And in the class, somebody actually wanted to counter it. They attempted to counter it by saying, like, what about if somebody's being, like, annoying to you, or like, and you don't, like, people say, like, oh, have patience, like, deal with the person. And I was like, oh, that's actually a really good point. Like, it doesn't really go hand in hand with exactly what I'm saying with the third party and God. But it's more, but like, after a minute of thinking, like, we came up with the answer, and the person liked it enough to say that it was an answer. And the answer was, when a person's being annoying to you, and, like, say they're talking to you, calling you up, and you're busy, you know, you're at work, you have your life, you don't have time to just talk to somebody that just wants to talk, you know, like, they just kind of want to just talk. And you're like, okay, I'm kind of busy, but, like, you don't want to be rude and be like, oh, I'm busy, I can't talk to you right now. And you, like, in a way, you need patience, right? So how does the word patience with the new definition carry into that? I believe it carries into it because, like, again, it's a third party. You're one party. You're the party that's listening. But now look at it from the aspect of the party that's talking. Whether they're repeating themselves, saying something you already know, just like, the stuff that they're saying is totally irrelevant to your life. At the end of the day, look at it, remove yourself. It's not just about you. It's not just what you're benefiting or not benefiting from. The fact is, this person needs somebody to talk to. You're listening to them. Being, like, when somebody's being heard and listened to, it means a lot. Like, we don't really understand the effect that it has, that somebody talking and then feeling like they're being heard. It plays a huge role. So now, from the aspect of patience, it's just like, all right, from your point of view, you did everything you can, you know, like, you're being there, you're the ear that, and you're listening to it. But now and you're only getting bothered and triggered because, again, it's coming from a very personal space of, like, oh, I'm busy, I don't have time, I'm not benefiting from this conversation, blah blah blah. It's very I. But now, if you remove yourself from it, now what is the other person gaining? The other person's gaining the fact of, like, they feel like they're being heard, and there's so much that you're offering them by just hearing it. So now again, you're doing your aspect of your part, and your part's just that ear. And at the end of the day, it is patience, because you did your part and now you're waiting for them to do their part, aka get something out of it, hit that, like, feel satisfied with, oh, I spoke to this person, all right, let me let them go, let it click into their head. You're not forcing anything, you're not. So again, that's where patience is coming in, because there's another party playing a role that you're waiting on them to play their role, which is what patience is, like that time in between another party taking effect once you're already done yours. So the person actually really liked it. And another person in the class actually was mentioning, like, how impatience, like, what is impatience? Impatience is timing on, like, oh, I had a time, I didn't mind at this specific time, or this specific thing to happen at this moment, blah, blah. What is it? It's very egotistical. It's very self-centered. It's like, oh, I'm in control, and when things don't go my way, I'm impatient, which is like, you're the one running the clock. But reality is, you're not running the clock. Hashem is running the clock. And when you understand that Hashem's running the clock and everything's taking place at the exact time that it's supposed to happen, you'll realize, oh wow, that person has patience, So it literally goes hand in hand with the whole entire concept. Even like from the counter aspect of impatience. So when you don't have patience, you're lacking trust, you're lacking, your ego is way too high. You're very self-centered and thinking that you run everything. But now when you have patience goes hand in hand with trust, because again, you did your part, you did everything in your power, but now you're waiting, you're being patient and waiting for the third party or the other party to then catch up or do their part, which is trust. You're trusting that they will come through, whether it's Hashem, a lawyer, a doctor, anybody, like a teacher, anything. And when that's like clear and understood, that what patience really is, it's easier to now apply it to your life. You, like, when somebody says be patient, it's going to mean a lot more now that you have a better understanding of what that word is. And you can't really work on something that you don't really understand, So like, I hope that this was a better breakdown of what patience really is. And maybe I'll be able to, like, now that we know the definition or a better meaning of it, be able to relate or apply it to our life and only gain from there. So I hope everyone has a great weekend.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, another episode of Imuna Monday. Check out the where, check out the pizza. Amen. There we go. Look at this.
Blessings up in here.
All right. Then, guys, the where, look, even my keeper, check this out. Beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. Here we go. Yes.
Custom book. Raffles Live. Check it out.
All right, you already know. Bravo Pizza. This is how we do it.